Hello and welcome to Epic Motorsport. Today you're going to experience the brand new form of motorsport, speedcross. To help you get the most out of your day, I'd first like to run through a few features of the car, some of the safety aspects we've built into it, and also how you can help to make your day as safe and as enjoyable as possible. Speedcross cars have been designed to allow you to drift around corners as fast as possible. How have we done this? Well, the first thing you may notice is that the engine is located in the centre of the car, sat next to the driver. This means that we can have it as a very short wheelbase vehicle with the weight being totally central, giving a completely neutral handling characteristic. In addition to that, the steering lock is a very quick lock, half a turn from one side to the other, which means that even the most ham-fisted drivers can catch a drift really easily. The cars are powered with a single-cylinder high-torque 4-stroke engine. The power is delivered through a 5-speed sequential gearbox to a solid back axle. All these elements add together to give you a fantastic driving experience. When you're out on track, we will have marshals strategically positioned around the circuit for your safety. The marshals will be using a flag system. The yellow flag. This denotes a minor incident on the circuit. Please slow down and proceed with caution. Once you have gone past the obstacle, which may be another spun car or something else on the track, you can then return to your racing speed. The red flag. This means there has been a serious incident on the circuit and the circuit is closed. Please slow right down to a walking pace and return immediately to the pits. As there will be a number of cars on the circuit at once, we may be using the blue flag. This is the overtaking flag. If this flag is shown to you, please continue on your racing line, but slow down slightly to allow the car behind you to overtake. Once you've been overtaken, you may return to your original speed. The black flag. This may be because we're not happy with the way you're driving, but it could also be that we have a technical issue with your car. It could be leaking fluids, you could have a flat tyre or some other issue. If you see this flag, please return immediately to the pits where a marshal will attend to the issue and get you on your way as soon as possible. The change gear sign. Due to the very rapid nature of our vehicles, it's quite possible that you may be driving the car on the rev limiter. This will not help you and it may possibly damage the engine. Therefore, if you see this sign, it means that we want you to change up a gear. Okay, before we get you out on the track, it's important that we get your helmet and goggles fitted securely. First of all, put the helmet onto your head and make sure that it's a good but comfortable fit. The strap on the right hand side of your helmet goes through both loops on the left hand side. Pull it round one loop and then through the other one. Pull it tightly, make sure the helmet is secure. Next, with the goggles. There's no need to actually touch the goggles themselves, just bring them up to your face and then take the strap around the back of the helmet. Position them and you're ready to go. At the end of your session, when it's time to remove the goggles, it's the same in reverse. Just grab the strap from the rear and bring it forward and the goggles are off. One thing I would say though is please do not try and bring the goggles over the peak of your helmet. This will only damage the goggles. Getting in and out of the cars is fairly straightforward, but there's a few things we'd like you to pay attention to. First of all, the bodywork is very lightweight to maximise the performance of the cars, so it's not very strong. Getting in and out, if you need to grab hold, there are the roll bars here and here to get hold of. First of all, remove the steering wheel. Okay. One leg in, either onto the seat or onto the bars on the floor, either way. Grab hold of the bars, not the bodywork, in, sit down and then the steering wheel goes back on. Okay, getting out of the car, just the same in reverse. Remove the steering wheel, hold on to the bars, not the bodywork. Stand up. Out you get. Simple as that. To start the Speedcross car, there are 3 controls. The first one is the ignition. Flick the red lever up, underneath that you'll find a switch. Flick the switch up. Press the black button to start the engine. If it doesn't start immediately, just a couple of pumps with the throttle will usually get it going. At the end of your session, when you come in, you may be asked to put the fan on to keep the engine cool. Flick up the yellow switch, underneath it, the switch there, on comes the fan. To turn the engine off, simply shut the red switch down and the engine will cut out. If you stall while you're out on the track, don't panic, just relax. All you have to do, depress the clutch, press the black button, a few pumps of the accelerator and the engine will fire up and off you go. If you do stall on the track and you can't get the engine going, please do not leave your car. A marshal will see you and come to attend to you very, very quickly. So please remain in your car at all times when you're out on the track. Speedcross cars have been designed to accommodate drivers of all shapes and sizes. Once you're in the car, position your feet over the pedals. If you feel that the pedals are too far away from you, grab hold of the lever down here, lift it up, and with your hand and your heels, pull the pedals back to you. Let go of the lever, lock it in place, and that's it. When you get in the car, you'll find that the pedals are very similar to a standard saloon car, probably the car you came in today. They will have a clutch on the left, brake and then accelerator. To select first gear, depress the clutch and move the shift forward into first gear. When you set off, to change to second gear, depress the clutch and pull the lever rearwards into second gear. And then the same for third, fourth and fifth. When you're slowing down, it's the same in reverse. Fourth, third, second and first gear. You don't need to be too ham-fisted with the gear shift, it's a very slick and easy movement. Neutral is positioned between first and second gear. So when you come to a stop in first gear, half a turn back on the shifter and that should find you in neutral. The first time you go out in the cars, you'll be on practice or sighting laps. Please use these wisely. Learn the car, learn the circuit, so that the next time you go out, you can really put the cars through the paces. I'd like to run through a few of the techniques to driving the cars. The cars only weigh 160 kilos, so they're very, very light. This obviously helps the performance, but it also adds very interesting characteristics to the way that they handle. When you change gear, particularly changing down a gear, it's quite easy to lock the back axle up. So as you're approaching a corner, what you don't want to be doing is turning into that corner and changing down gear at the same time. This could quite easily send the back end out and have you spinning off. What you should do is select the gear well in advance, power into the corner, and then should you feel the need as you come out of the corner, that's when you want to change down the gear. The first time you go out in the cars, you'll be on your practice or sighting laps. Please use these laps wisely to learn the car, learn how it handles, and also to learn the track. Once you've done your sighting laps, you can then go out and really put the car through its paces. One thing to note though, the cars are very lightweight, they weigh 160 kilos. That means that particularly on very dry and dusty days when the track is very slippy, it's very easy to lock the back axle up purely by changing down gear. So what you don't want to be doing is going into a corner, changing down the gear, finding that the back axle trips out when you're not expecting it and could end you up in a spin. So be prepared, prepare the car well in advance of the corner, select the gear, power into the corner, and then should you feel it necessary, change down the gear to pull yourself out the corner at the far side. Also, as we mentioned earlier, the cars are very, very quick and you will find it difficult to change gear before you hit the rev limiter. But as soon as you do hit the limiter, which the engine will be going ba 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 like that, change up immediately. If you don't, you will see the change gear sign. If you still aren't changing gear appropriately, we will black flag you and you'll have to come in so that we can tell you what you're doing wrong. Also, you are responsible out there for your actions. When you're out in our cars, you're in control. Therefore, we insist that you drive responsibly. In the event that anybody has any incidents that we believe are down to your irresponsible driving rather than just unfortunate driving, you may be liable for the first £2,000 of any damage that you cause to our cars. So please do drive well within your own limits. But enjoy it. Have a great day.